Green silk, transparent across the bed. Green
Your
silk,
hair,
transparent
pale red.
across the bed.
I got
Your
stung
hair,
by nettle.
pale red.
Did it?
I got stung by nettle. He wanted me to have seen the dead
deliberately.
bodies. He wanted me to have seen the dead
What
bodies.
theoretical stance?
What response?
Equal
What
my
theoretical
repulsion.
stance?
Every
Could equal
image
my
strikes
repulsion.
out without
Every
rhythm,
image strikes out
coagulates,
without rhythm, coagulates. I caressed the cheek of no response. I wanted to see what it felt like. I wanted to see small red welt, a stinging. I couldn't tell what it meant.
I couldn't tell.
I left his house feeling
I left his
puzzled.
house feeling
I know
puzzled.
someone who owns a
I know
whip.
someone
I'll
who
cut
owns
it
a
in
whip.
small pieces,
I'll cut it
like
in small
lines.
pieces,
Even
like
words
lines.
have their limits.
Even words have their limits.
Even words have their limits.
Stress is phonemic.
Stress is
I'm glad to know
phonemic.
that.
I'm glad to know that at least. I wouldn't know where to begin.
How many times
How many times do I have to tell you that everyone talks like that? I like this green silk. Change, shape, to mold itself to her waist. I'd like to stop thinking just long enough to hear the beat. Green silk twisted around a light beige notebook. Green silk twisted around a light beige notebook. I wish my words would flow like water. His performance was only for himself and audience work things out. Of course, this posits an audience who is not repulsed by violence. They are only expected to see his voice had no rhythmic variation, had no pitch or intensity apart from intensity. It was as though he was thinking. It was as though he was thinking. I would like to cut through his conversation. I would have this piece of green silk write everything for me. I'll pull it to my eyes. We were drinking tea, and he said I have things to do. He said he had to hang up and talk to his friends. The tea smelled a little like oranges. The tea had a pulse like cloves. There's nothing abstracted about it. If she cuts her lips with a razor blade, I know I'll cry. He says I turn away from everything that's interesting. He says I turn away from everything that's interesting. There is nothing but commentary. How many times do I have to tell? How many times do I have to tell you? Green silk. There's a piece of green silk floating above transparent. Everything is transparent. Sit in your chair. You sit in your chair eating Wittgenstein. Now I'm looking at the dead body. I found a tooth in the beach. It was at a beach on the bay. You took it. Everything. Tooth. It's stone altar. Fire. The Bay of Fundy. Fire. You made the Bay of Fundy. When you rearrange the words, there's a certain satisfaction. When you rearrange the words, there's a certain satisfaction. We laugh hysterically. We laugh hysterically. Green silk like our faces. We know that if we put the cloth between our lips, our salivation will keep us from our thirst. At St. Catherine's, they dig up the bodies after 3 years and pile them up in a house of skeletons. At St. Catherine's, there are 3 piles. One of skulls up in a house of skeletons. One of bodies without heads. There are 3 piles. Feet hanging skulls. One of bodies, heads with hands and feet hanging askew. One of the skulls. One of the bodies grows for work itself. One of the skulls. There's a clatter that grows for work itself. I walk in the kitchen. She's wearing a green cotton shirt. Her hair is darker red. We laugh hysterically. Dough as hard as a rock. I'll take a shower and it will be better. I'll write down everything she says. I always talk like that. When your eyes are puffy and sore, it means you've been too hungry. It all depends on how you look at it. Everything's out of control except the pie crust. There's someone in the shower and I can't get in. Better to write late in the shower and early in the morning when the mind's dead. Let her dictate. I turn on the light. She reads in the dark and it's bad for her eyes. I chose to look away. When you said my idea of harmony was too easy. And you said my idea of harmony was too easy. I have looked at the dead bodies in the eyes of mad women. My intuition and strength, my heart, mind, weakness, and words are all I have. And the talisman, green silk, the talk which brings on the tremor, the talk. What more can I learn from blood? As though her self-mutilation on a stage is enough, and her words which come from a different place than yours. The green silk, soaking wet, is hanging up. Green silk, soaking wet, is hanging up to dry. I'm afraid it silk is so much water. I've told you this before, and I'll say it again. I've told you this before, and I'll say it again. I'm afraid to ring it out. I have the magician I ever saw. The only magician I ever saw had a green. I have limited my perspectives without. I have limited my perspectives without thinking. Right before your very eyes. I've pulled the silk over your eyes. Now I can do anything I want. If only you weren't looking. I could wander in this house forever. I could wander in this house forever and find no one to talk to. You would correct my grammar. I would add tone. My grammar. I would destroy the copula. I would add tone. I hear a clatter in the kitchen. Tone. Waiting for her. I hear a clatter in the kitchen. I write everything for one person. I write everything for one person. Limit your audience. I'm afraid you will limit your audience. Right out of your mouth. Right out of your mouth. Green silk. Eat my words. Eat my words. In my fantasy. I live in my hours. They are intense. You say I don't. You say I don't. I say the images come. I say the images come so fast I can hardly see. Fastly enough. Sometimes whole days. Sometimes whole days. Sometimes stare at the one. Stare at the opium reverie. Opium reverie is coming through me like a I am a receiver. I'm going to start drilling soon. What will you do with me? What cure can you offer me? I am the